Hello and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Poogie. So here it is, Road to Nowhere, a level which prioritizes platforming above anything else because we are on a very narrow rickety bridge with these planks which will fall down the minute we walk on them. So yeah, and keep in mind there are also these breakable planks. And of course, dare I say, various obstacles in between each area of the bridge. So yeah, and let's just say you will need a fair amount of lives in order to get through this level because it is very, very hard, as I say. And we can't get all the boxes in this level either. So, with that said, let's just go on. And indeed, anything else? Well, game gives you a Aku mask at the very beginning for good reason because of the amount of obstacles you will face. Not just the pitfalls, which is the main cause of death for me in this level, but the fact that, as I say, also the enemies here, because there are two types of enemies we will come into contact with through this level. But yeah, I lost that Aku mask rather quickly, which is not good. And that's another thing. Because this game is based, physics system is based off of that of Crash 2 and 3, and not Crash 1, where Crash moved a lot slower. These levels do suffer in comparison to the original game, which is rather sad because, of course, I did say that this was the more definitive version of Crash Bandicoot 1 in my Crash 2 Let's Play, if you'll remember. And I still hold that view. It is just the fact that these levels were made with Crash's original jumping speed in mind, that it does suffer rather than anything else. However, if you die enough times in the Crash games, you will be given a pity mask, so at least that is something. And because I have kept this one, I will be able to keep it until I either A, die or B, lose it. So yeah, and that checkpoint is taunting me there. The first of the enemies, as you will see, are these warthogs, which apparently can defy gravity, because they are running right over the gaps in the bridge. And you cannot defeat them unless you are invincible with 3 Aku masks. So, yeah, and the only bonus level in this level is a Tauna bonus stage. So at least you won't have to worry about getting any extra, dare I say, things for that. Either that or lose a mask with those things. Seriously. I think this game is taunting me with the warthogs because, of course, we did ride on one of their backs back in Hog Wild, of course, and, yeah, get out of the way. Does it me, or do the warthogs just sit down? Yeah, I think the game, certainly in Insane Trilogy, is trolling me. Seriously. It is really trolling me, man. Anyway, that being said, yeah. Jumping over the gap with the warthog in the way is just damn near impossible. Seriously, damn near impossible. Because you have to take into account the existence of the warthog running over the thing. Again, you can run on the ropes. You did see me do it earlier. And sometimes that is preferable. Just be careful how Crash moves because of that. Because it can be a pain in the ass to do so. So with that said, yeah, very tough jumping to do here. And then there's our checkpoint. Thank goodness. There are also ice blocks, which, like you think, will push Crash downwards on whatever reason the way he goes. So because there are ice blocks on both sides, to say that, because ones sloping downwards will push Crash down towards the abyss. Ones that are facing upwards will also have to push Crash downwards in the opposite direction that he is going. So be careful of that. Yes. I also like the music. Yes, even though it does kind of sound a little inferior due to the fact that they don't have some of the whistling sound effects that were present in the original ones. Though that's not to say it isn't a bad rendition, I guess. Although the main theme of Crash, which does appear in both versions of Crash 1, does make an appearance in this stage. Just to remind you that what game you were playing, I guess. And thank goodness that warthog turned around there. And because there are a bunch of ice blocks here. And finally we have reached the Torna bonus stage. And indeed, let's go in. And I'll talk about the turtles a little later on. If I hadn't just died there. Yeah, I'm sorry, but the colour palette of the Misty Mountains just does not work with the new style of the bonus stage as well, because it's kind of a light blue colour. The warp effect that is created for the bonus stages in Insane Trilogy. But yeah, you pick your poison, I guess. At least I know how to jump between the planks, even if sometimes I do misjudge my jumps. But there you go. There's a reason why some of the other levels have so many lives at the beginning. Yes, especially the Torna bonus stages, I mean. Because, I mean, you saw at the end of those ones there were loads of lives. Hell, even in the embryo stages that we saw in both Rolling Stones and the Lost City that had that. But there you go. Yeah, I suck. Then again, I'm yet to see a Let's Play who doesn't suck at Crash. Unless they're doing I guess, unless they're a speedrunner and they're an expert skilled at it, or doing a tool-assisted speedrun, I guess. Which I could never do a speedrun of Crash. Any of the Crash games. Seriously. I suppose I could do a time trial. Would that be akin to a speedrun? Look! The warthog just moved into midair and then just stood there for a second before disappearing. They really are psychic! Anyway, to the Torna bonus stage, and this one has us dealing with bouncy metal blocks, so yeah, and TNT blocks, so it kind of works like a Rube Goldberg machine. You have to stand on this metal block after the TNT boxes have gone off, and then go over here, then jump over the blocks and get over to this one and get the one-ups. So yeah, I'm waiting for the last TNT crate to explode, and there we go. Not too hard at all, really. So yeah. So now we have to deal with this turtle here. He will walk back and forth, and then what you have to actually do is jump on his shell to bounce to the other side. Now here's the thing that also worked better in the original version of Crash 1, the turtle physics. You can see that I have to do a running jump over to the gap, and Crash will bounce very high. Without that momentum, Crash will not jump as far in Insane Trilogy. So yeah, and we need the red gem from an upcoming level, which I also consider the worst level in the game, to actually get all the boxes. So yeah, that game makes it quite rather abundantly clear there. Anyway, to the next and the final boulder stage in Crash 1, Boulder Dash, which also requires the purple gem. So yeah, and I'll get rid of that. But for now, let's go through here and indeed get chased by a boulder. There are a lot more pillars in this one. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, seriously. And getting through here can be but quite a chore. Indeed it can, and good thing Crash's jump actually works well more here. This is an example of a level that does work with the Crash 2 and 3 physics in mind, even if Crash did move a lot slower in the original version of Crash 1. Yeah, it does work a lot better with the physics here, in my opinion, unlike with Road to Nowhere and the upcoming bridge level the high road, which is a lot harder than Road to Nowhere. Oh yes. I thought Road to Nowhere was hard. Oh boy, I haven't seen anything yet. Oh, the high road is a lot worse, as we will see as the game goes on. Anyway, that being said, going through here, the annoying thing about this is that these running into one of these pickets can slow you down, most definitely. So much so that I am literally behind the boulder there. Seriously. I wouldn't mind if Lara Croft or Indiana Jones had to do this. Seriously. That's how bad I feel about this one. Seriously. And that's not counting the boulder chase levels in Crash 2, of course, which have the dash pads right out of the Sonic games. Although maybe actually, given that, maybe it was actually Crash that did it first. Just saying. The electric force fields and, of course, the lizard enemies. So yeah, I'm not going to wait for that TNT box to go off, to be honest. No, because I do need a gem to finish this level, as I mentioned at the beginning. So, indeed, bounce on these and move quickly as well. Because, well, maybe I moved a little too quickly there, if you know what I'm saying. And crap. I don't need to blow myself up, man. Definitely not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Bounce on the box. And indeed, go. Careful of that. Yeah, seriously. That boulder is hellish. Really, really hellish. You can actually see the fear on Crash's face in this game. Again, that is something that was brought over from Crash 2, to be fair. Because when he was chased by boulders in the original version of Crash 2, Crash did have that look of fear as well, something that he did not have in the original version of Crash 1. Understandably, it wasn't the mid-90s, maybe late 90s, and the PlayStation back in 1996 was just a new console. The PS1, should I say. So, I don't blame Naughty Dog, as I have said many, many times during my Crash LPs. I certainly don't blame Vicarious Visions and Toys for Bob, because they did work on Crash 2, did Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, did Toys for Bob, as well as, dare I say, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Yes, but we'll get to that. I still haven't played Uploaded and Crash 1, but not one, Spyro the Dragon. But never mind. Yeah. Getting by the pickets is annoying. Never mind the platforming on these pillars. How far are we to the end of the level again? I think I know. Seriously. What else can I say? It's a boulder chase level. Seriously. What you see is what you get, I guess. I should remember to jump at the end of each pillar. Not to jump before the end. Not before the end, but there we go. Yeah, timing is a bitch. Anyway, we are done here. On the next episode, well, we are going to another tough level to get our second key. So, actually, no, our first key. What am I saying? So I will see you then. Goodbye!